I'm swinging back into the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, aka Amazing Spider-Man number 66. Because we have reached a point now where this is the Peter Parker that apparently Marvel thinks everyone wants. You understand? This is what we've reached to. Even before we get to that, the whole thing with the Cyrax or Citarax or all kind of thing kind of turn into some weird thing with somebody, some guy who wants daddy approval and stuff like that that nobody cares about. And you get to Peter Parker, Spider-Man, and he's just pretty much given up now. That's it. You just say that I quit, I gave up on everything. Because of how this thing has been going through, he's been going through all this debt and all this other stuff like that, and it's made him come to realize, you know what? None of it matters anymore. He doesn't care about anything. He quit on his friends. He quit on his family. He quit on pretty much everything. He doesn't have a job. I don't know how he's buying things anymore. All he does is just hang around on rooftops, eating, and that's it. Looking like an absolute bum. He's just given up on everything. He doesn't care to do anything at all anymore. That's it. He's just gone. He's absolutely gone. And you have Doctor Strange and one of the Cyrax or Citarax watching him while he just mopes around on a daily basis without caring about anything. And you get to find out that apparently the window washer guy who Spider-Man saved at the beginning when this all started. I did a review and I did the first issue of 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Apparently he just died of a heart attack. I don't know how, because the guy looked really young. You understand me? The guy looked really young. Like he could look like he could have been in his 20s or anything like that. Maybe 30s, if anything, but he looked more like he was in his 20s. And apparently, there's a big widowmaker and died, and his family can't afford to bury him, so they had to put up some kind of bake sale thing to try and get money to bury. It's like, oh God, boy. Yeah, and he's after that, and Peter Parker is just moping around, uncaring about everything. He just has given up. He gone to this convenience store to buy ice cream, and this guy comes in to rob the place, right? And he's like, how long did it take you to convince yourself this was a good idea? And you're like, what are you talking? What are you talking to me? And he's like, yeah, I'm talking to you. You're going to get caught and go to jail for what, like $64 in the register? No one uses cash anymore. And he goes on, you're going to give up 5 years of your life and you can't even buy a video game. All this and for what? A system that gives us a few billionaires and leaves everyone else scrambling for pennies. And then you die and your family has to have a bake sale to bury you. It's a broken world and a broken system, and the only way to win is not to play at all. Well, wow, okay, so now we're really seeing Justina Ireland letting everybody know what she thinks about it. Like, this is just, you just keep turning these things into your own political mouthpiece and thing about, oh, none of it matters. You go and rob some of it. I mean, like, if you want to talk a guy out of robbing a so you can literally tell him the first part, like, you're going to get caught. You're going to get like $64. You're going to give up 5 years of your life for what? When you could be doing better. All that energy and time you took to get a gun and go and rob this place. Think about something different you could have done if you would put that towards something positive. Think about the lives you could have helped, things you could have done, the people you could have really helped. There's a place down the street they're actually hiring. You could have gone there, made a real difference, something like that. But no, he's just like, you know what? This system gives us a few billionaires, leaves everybody else penniless. It's a broken world, a broken system. Then you die, just give up like I have. I don't care anymore. I'm a miserable bum who just wanders around eating and doesn't care about anything. Look how happy I am. This is the right way to go. Like, Jesus, yammering away. Spider Boy comes in there and kicks the guy because apparently Spider Boy is still a thing. I don't know what's going on, and he just pays and leaves. And then Spider Boy is the other one. He's like, "Hey Peter, are you okay?" And "I'm fine, Spider Boy. Just done lying to myself. It doesn't matter how hard you work, you can't change things." And it's like, you're what, 8? Don't waste your time with this hero nonsense. Go play tag or something. Be a kid. And Spider Boy's like, "I'm 10. Yeah, because apparently he's 10. And then he just tells about you, and just because you're sad doesn't mean you give up. You have to keep trying because things can get better. They do get better. And he's like, sadly, they very much do not. Sorry. Like, this is what Peter Parker has become now. They've turned him into this miserable person. And for some reason, Marvel seems to think this is what people want. And they're like, they're really thinking that, maybe they could go through this and then eventually have him turn around and be this happy person again that I do the other. But you keep messing with his life and you're not doing anything to change that at all. You're not doing anything to change it. He has no job. He barely has any friends, if he has any friends left at all. He's moping around all day as a sad, I don't care bum. How is he paying for things? I don't know where I don't know where he getting the money from. Maybe Tony Stark gave him a loan or something. But that's pretty much what it is. That's all he is. He's just moping around. And then he goes to Times Square to meet Shay. And she's like, "I can't believe I actually agreed to meet up with you. You've been distant for weeks. Then you completely ghost me for days. Now I get a text to meet you asking for help. That is not how you treat someone, and it's not how I'll be treated." So yeah, basically they go through this nonsense where he pretty much asks her, meaning what does it mean if that she lost people in her life at work, and then and you go back to work. How do you do it when it all feels so pointless? And she tells him this story about how she had this patient who died and she went back there because that is a part of what goes on. But she likes being a nurse and she wants to help people, and that's what goes on. And she basically tells him, there's a saying, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Peter, find a professional to talk to and good luck. Yeah, because he does need a professional to talk to. Just hope that helps. So that's pretty much the end, I'm guessing, of him and Shay, a relationship that nobody ever cared about and that everybody was pretty much convinced was going to end because it served no purpose in actually existing in the first place. But that's what happens, I guess. And then he just looks like this absolute bum, really absolute bum, you know. Like, and then he's like, it doesn't, because he's just seeing everybody now dead. That's it. That's it. That was good. You just seen everybody, like everybody's going to die, and it doesn't matter. So it doesn't, nothing matters, and that's it. That's it. Then you have the X-Men there, the headquarters in Alaska, and you have literal Juggernaut there, but how they need to go. He's telling Cyclops and Psylocke that they need to go to New York City. The world is in danger and all that. And I don't know, the way they have them all drawn, they look like teenagers. Cyclops looks like a teenager. Psylocke looks like a teenager. Hell, even Juggernaut looks like a teenager. Honestly. And then this banter is like, yes, Cyclops, they're like, we should get to New York. He can't be serious. And Psylocke is like, he is. And he never suggests missions. So he's like, should we get to New York right away? Yes, Scott, I believe we should. And he's like, right, I'll get the jet ready. I'll gather the others. See you in 5. They're acting, looking, and behaving like teenagers. If somebody told me that these were teenagers, I would believe them. They're literally behaving like teenagers. Then you have then you have Sad Man Parker, or I guess Pathetic Peter, is hanging out outside Black Cat's window, you know, not even as Spider-Man is hanging out there and thing. And she's like, why are you lingering outside my apartment and out of costume? So yeah, he knows where she is. He just hangs around there. And then he tells her, I saw you die, Felicia. I saw everyone die and it did nothing. The world went on and I just can't. So then they talk some crap back and forth. And he tells her that, and I can't keep doing it, any of it. And she says him, and you came here, why? And he's like, when we first met, you asked me why I did what I did. I always had an answer. Sometimes I felt a little stupid and naive back then. I feel really stupid and naive now. Correction, I don't really feel much of anything right now. Yeah, this is apparently the Peter Parker that Marvel thinks everybody wants. Someone who doesn't feel anything, who doesn't care. Look, I am not saying Spider-Man, Peter Parker has not gotten pretty low at some point where man has gone through a lot, and I mean a lot. Understand me? And at times he felt like he didn't want to go on. He just had enough of it. He was just thinking, but he always came back and always found himself doing something. But even when he felt like he didn't know what he wanted to do, he always felt like Peter Parker. This feels like a guy who you have just systematically reduced to this, because when you take into account what has been happening with Spider-Man's life so far up to this, it's no wonder that you just throw in the 8 deaths where he has to constantly die over and over and over and over again. Come on now, man. Of course, this is what it is, but for some reason, this is what they think readers want out of Spider-Man. They actually think this. And then what happens? Black Cat goes there and, oh, Peter, you have to know that no matter how bad things get, there is still good in the world. And then she kisses him and they're kissing each other. So yeah, I don't know, like maybe I'm guessing he and Black Cat are together now because, he and Shay are apparently done, and now he and Black Cat are back. And I know people are going to be like, oh yeah, Black Cat save girl, one kind of thing. Like, okay, yeah, they literally had her as a lesbian like 2 months ago, and now they got rid of that to try and push this toxic relationship. Spider-Man and Black Cat never worked for 3 reasons. One, she's always liked Spider-Man more than Peter Parker. They keep trying to push it all like she's okay with Peter, but it's never worked. 2, she's a criminal, he's a hero. That's always going to be a clash there. Always. And 3, their relationship has never been able to really move past anything more than just physical attraction to each other. Even if there was something a little deeper, it's never been deep enough, like a deep, like a shallow pool, and that's it. That's it. That's really all you keep getting from there. That's the long and short of what this whole book is about. Apparently, the females interacting or whatever, science or whatever, basically had Spider-Man experience something like about 8 million deaths during her trial, and somehow he won. And no, I mean 3 million deaths, sorry, and somehow he won, and it doesn't even care anymore. Just absolute ludicrous nonsense that shouldn't even happen, because Spider-Man had no business doing any of this magical nonsense whatsoever. And then another one of the Sitteract show up. They're looking for Spider-Man to fight. But then all of a sudden, the so-called X-Men trying to fight him, and you have Juggernaut, there's Cyclops, Psylocke, Magic, and 2 others who I don't really care to know about. And yeah, that's the book. But I'm telling you, it's like just miserable Peter Parker, and they just seem to be okay with that, because this is the Peter Parker that Marvel thinks everybody wants. So this is what Marvel everybody wants. Like, people actually supposed to sit there and say, well, okay, I'm interested in reading Peter Parker just be like, I don't care anymore. I've wasted my life doing all of this. None of it matters. Such nonsense, boy. Just such nonsense. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You'll be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.